Okay, so we're gonna get started with creating a roster list before we can input maxes and create our own athlete drop-down box. So I'm just gonna label this 3-day. I'll just leave it 3-day right now. 3-day. We're gonna add, drag it to the end. I'm gonna rename this roster. So I'm gonna go through the same thing here: page layout, margins, zero margins, landscape orientation. I'm not gonna worry about the page. Keeping it to one page because it's gonna go over it probably. Let's go right to the top here. So I'm gonna go insert table. I don't know how many I'm gonna use yet. That's just, oh, I want to use. Take off the filter buttons. I'm gonna center all these. And then I'm gonna add borders. So select it all, go to our border, all borders. So name, this can be something like clean. So this is where we can put our maxes, trap out or deadlift. I'm gonna use all no. Trap bar, deadlift, BS. Or I can go back squat. I'm just gonna use it BS. So BS will be back squat. If you want to use BP for bench press, that's fine. Vert. And this could be always like phone, email, something of that nature. So name, I'm just gonna put various ones here. Alright, just so we have a few. And we won't leave the top one blank, so we'll always fill up our roster right here. Name. So I'm just gonna make up numbers: 300, 345, 225, and 185. John Johnson will be our weak guy. Clean 400, or a trap bar deadlift. 285, and let's just go 225. Why not? Back squat. Bench press. We don't like benching, so don't really care. Let's see. Alright, 28 or 29, fine. This guy's elastic, why not? Alright, so I'm going to select these because these are going to be numbers, and I want them to be centered. And right now we're going to go through what's called conditional formatting. So this is going to seem a little bit crazy, but let's just get it out of the way now, alright? Conditional formatting. So if I want to be able to like color code like green to our best numbers and red to our worst numbers, I'm just going to go here, color scales. I'm going to pick the first one, alright? So the highest number is going to be green, the lowest number is going to be red. If I were to go here, it'd be vice versa. So the highest number would be red, and the lowest number would be green, which is something we'd want to use if you were, say, using like a 4D or a 10-yard dash or something like that. So we're going to go first one. Now I'm going to select these individually because I could just drag it over, but I've had issues with that in the past. So we're just going to go this way, color scales. Conditional formatting. And this ain't going to be our right off the max or our total max sheet. We'll get into that more later, but just something to start us now. All right, so now we got to define the name. So we got roster. I'm going to select below. I'm going to select all this. I'm going to go to formulas, define name, and I'm going to call this roster profile. And I'm just going to select the names, define name, and I'm just going to call this, let's call it like athlete list or something. That's fine. All right, now we got these done. Let's go back here because we got to have data to be able to pull. Alrighty, this might take a little bit to figure out where I want this to go. So usually you take up the first. Let's go. I'm going to take here. So I'm going to go here to the end. We're going to merge in center. So this will be right now where our athlete's name will go. And we can make that bigger depending on what all stuff you want to put in there. So T, we're going to utilize this spot right here a little bit. Alright, so right now it's blank. I could do this in two ways. I could add a drop down list. So I could do this, we'll just go through this. Data validation, I want to go list. And I should just be able to type in athlete list and hopefully it will work. And we will get a drop down menu of our athlete list. And it does. So that's one way you can do it. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. We're going to make this bigger. One thing we want to make sure we do here is shrink to fit, because if you get somebody with a crazy large name, what did I just do here? Oh, it unmerged it. Alright, so now I got to reselect. I don't know if you saw what happened there. I did. So I'm going to hit Control Z. I unclicked this, so we want to keep it merged. Alright, now we're good. So this is one way to do it. Or if you want to have a drop down box here on the side, we can also go that route. So I'm going to go that route, data. So you'll know two ways to do this. Data validation. I'm just going to clear all. Clear all. There's no box here. I'm just going to leave my name right there for now. So what I want to do is, we're going to go on the other side of the page here. Insert. Take me a minute. Developer. I want to go insert, and we are going to find whatever the list box. List box. So I'm just going to click, drag it. So you saw it made room and scooted this page over here. I don't want this to be printable because now it's going to shrink everything. So I'm going to right click, format control, properties, unclick, print object. So now while we're here, I want to input range equals athlete list. Where do I want to put this? So cell link, I want to put this, we're going to go, click here because I want to put this information, we're going to go right in P2. That might move, but right now we're just going to go there. Alright, so we don't have anything here. So now I got to use a formula, so E equals index athlete list. Give me 1 second. Oh. Alright. Athlete list, and we're going to go P2. Oh, hold on 1 second. Input range. Oh, okay. I can't use, so we can't use something like this, alright? So what we're going to have to do, format control, no biggie. We go to roster, and I'm just going to select. Okay. Now you're going to see it pop up. So I'm going to click out of here. And you're seeing the numbers change right here, alright? So we can make this hidden by, boop, making that white so that doesn't show up. So now we want to put a dark, or a box around this. We'll get into adding maxes around here on the next one.